now, the European Union is actively urging all residents to now stockpile enough food and other.
This is what's happening in the world right now. The European Union is encouraging its citizens to stockpile for 72 hours in case of war. This isn't something I've ever seen in my lifetime and hope to never see again. Why isn't Canada telling their citizens to prepare? I think maybe geographically we're in a little bit safer an area because Russia can't exactly invade unless they're coming through Alaska into Canada, which don't put it past Trump to allow him to do that. But am I trying to fearmonger Canadians? No. But it doesn't hurt to, pick up some extra non-perishables the next time they go on sale. Doesn't hurt to grab a extra bag of rice or, some lentils or, canned goods if they're on sale. And then if nothing happens, well, you got some extra food. Prices are going to start going up in the next little while. From what I understand, if any of our produce or vegetables or food is going to come from the US this summer, it's going to be very expensive because, the farmers are losing their farms. The immigrants have been kicked out of the country, so they have nobody to pick the fruits and vegetables. They're literally rotting on the ground because there's nobody to pick the food. If there's no one to do that, who's going to help, plant the crops in the spring for the summer? So things are overall globally going to start getting a little more expensive because if we can't get it from the US, that means we've got to ship it in from somewhere else. And the cost of doing that is probably going to be higher than what we've paid in the past. Again, am I fear mongering? No, I'm just being real. This is what's going to happen. This summer, I would like to focus on going to camp and being with my friends and enjoying my summer. And I have faith that our government is going to allow that to continue. But would it hurt me to have some extra foods on the shelf or some canned soups or, things that you're going to use anyway? Probably wouldn't hurt. And if you can get it now while it's on sale, it's probably a good idea. Should you maybe have an emergency kit in your car with, a blanket or bottled water or, things like that? Yeah, doesn't hurt to do any of those things. Should you build a bomb shelter in your backyard? No, I'm not saying you got to do that. But pick up some stuff when it's on sale. Just prep yourself. If you've never been able to imagine what it would be like for your country to be invaded by another country, it's terrible. It's horrible. I can't even fathom what I would do if that happened. But if there's something I can do now to help my future self in case that were to happen, why not? It's not going to hurt me. It's not going to hurt anything to have a small stockpile of maybe bottled water and, things like that. What if our infrastructure gets hit and we lose electricity? Or what happens if our water system is now contaminated and we can't get fresh water? It doesn't mean your house has to be bombed in order for you to experience the downfall of being in an economic war with another country. So just take care of yourselves, Canada. Take care of the people next to you. Check on your neighbor. Make sure they're all right. Make sure people's mental health is okay. Just take care of each other and take care of yourself. And if there's small things that you can do, awesome. And then if nothing happens and everything's fine and the orange blob gets taken out of office and things return to somewhat normalcy in this world, then great, you got some extra food. Doesn't hurt. Elbows up, Canada. Stay strong.